Well, this is a feast for my good friend Tucker, who wanted a glass of red and a nice steak. So that's what I've made for him. I'm going to help him eat it, and at any time later during the day, if he'd like to rewind it, he can have meal after meal. Pretty simple, really. Just taste the wine. I just was uploading a video of how I cook this, and I'm now going to eat it. This is my homage to Tucker. He wanted a red wine and a nice steak, and this is a nice steak. I am just going to add a little bit of a steak Diane sauce that I made to go with it, and then we're going to share it. I'm going to cut it, put it with my fork and eat it for Tucker, and he's going to just live through the virtuality of it all. Let's have a look. This is ribeye on the bone. My goodness. I'm salivating. I haven't even got it in my mouth yet. Oh my goodness. That is superb. I know Tucker will enjoy this. It's his meal. I'm just doing my best to help out. It's so tender. Yum. Yes, so I think the video I made of making this should either be up now or very shortly. But the eating of it, I wanted to share live with Tucker. This is a 2015 Margaret River Cabernet Merlot, and it's not a cheapo. It's got a couple of bottles we saved, and no better person to share it with than Tucker.
It's not up yet.
Oh, the other video.
Yeah.
That's right, go up shortly. So let's have a taste of the red wine. Man, that's good. Not a big wine drinker as such, but I don't mind a wine with a meal. My steak is beautifully medium rare. Well, our steak. Our steak, not my steak. I'm doing the hard work, but got to make sure there's some bland food in there for Tucker. Steamed broccoli. Could be used to that by now. Man, that's good. That is delicious. I'm sure, like me, Tucker's enjoying this. I'm not sure if hospital meals in Canada are like this, but maybe, without the steak and just the steamed veggies. Let's open this up and show you. Beautiful. There's a bit of fat in that. It is so tender. It is unbelievably tender. Sorry? Yep. It is yum. And I never really trim off the fat from my steak, because that is flavour. Why would you pay for it and cut it off? Some people do that. Man, this is good. Honeyed carrots, bit of black pepper on there. That is superb. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'll say g'day to yours. This thing will turn around. Hello. Yeah, so I went to the effort today to go and get a very nice piece of steak and go to our cellar of red wine. Only my wife likes the red wine. But this is incredibly delicious and not cheap. Like I say, I'm not a big red wine drinker normally, but with a bit of steak, it's nice. I know that Tucker and I will enjoy this. I'll just cut another portion of meat off for Tucker. Here we go, medium rare. It is just superb. The butcher didn't have this when I got there, and I said, if I come back in half an hour, can you give me a ribeye on the bone? He said, yep, no worries. So, it's not cheap. It's something I buy every day. It's over 20 bucks for a piece of steak, but nothing's too much for our friend Tucker. So yeah, I listened to him last night. He said he was craving steak, red wine. I think he said poker, and also a cigarette. Well, I'll have a cigarette after this, and I don't think I'll eat all of it. But in his honour, I made it for him tonight. You'll see the video of me making it. Should be up now or pretty shortly. And I thought, why don't I go live eating our dinner? So if you watch the video of me making it, there is a little tip that is really good to do. I mean, first of all, have a good cast iron pan. That's the best way to cook a steak, or on the barbecue. Cast iron pan. And of course I lightly oil my pan after I've finished, and it cleans up really easy. But what I do is I salt and pepper the steak first, the raw steak, then I put a bit of olive oil on the steak. So I oil the steak, not the pan. Put your steak in, don't touch it. 3 or 4 minutes later, it just comes up easy. Flip it over the other side. This is yum. So, I've covered most of what he wanted last night. Of course, if you want something else tonight, like 3 naked dancing performers, someone else is going to have to do that. I've done my bit. Not sure what time it is in Canada. It's probably about 5 in the morning, I think. But I thought I'd get in and do it now. You can always watch it later. It is really good, mate. We're enjoying this. So juicy. Celia, mate. This was good 2 inches thick. Put it in the oven about 200 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. About 15 minutes. Come out sizzling, and it's beautifully cooked, medium rare. But I won't finish it all because it's over 2 pounds. But one thing I will look forward to is gnawing on the bone. Ribeye bone is amazing. So, I'll show you where we're at. so I'm not going to eat all this. If I can just turn the camera around. There we go. Made a fairly good dent into it. As you can see, the steak is medium rare. Absolutely sensational. I did make a little bit of gravy just to go down with it, because I can. And these are honeyed carrots and broccoli, but I'm probably going to need about another 3 or 4 mouthfuls and most of the veggies and I'll be done. I can always have the leftovers. Well, me and Tucker can have the leftovers tomorrow. That is so delicious. Right, probably another 3 mouthfuls will do me. It's really good, Tucker. I know you're enjoying it. Let me have a sip of your wine. That's a nice Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot. I'm not sure if anyone's there because I can't see any chat, but maybe over the channel.
Dreamweaver just said, now that's an amazing feast. That's all there is.
It is superb.
There's 3 watching. There's probably 3 people that are blocked.
Medium rare. Absolutely sensational. I'll have this mouthful, then one more, then I'm going to be done. It's a big steak.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll have another meal tomorrow. Carrots are nice. Alright. One more piece. Go for the fatty piece. Near the bone. Oh, look at that.
No.
Want some?
No, thank you.
That's amazing. You pay for what you get, don't you? Buy a good quality piece of steak. Cheers to Tucker. And I'm done. I can't eat it anymore. But I did cook it for 2 people, so it wasn't just for me. There we go. That's what's left. There'll be still a pound of meat. Bit of broccoli, bit of carrot. But I had a huge plate full. So that will do for my presentation of eating with Tucker. And I'm sure when he gets to see the video he'll appreciate it. Put a lot of effort into this, and of course I'm eating it for him, but somebody's got to do the job. Isn't that right? I'm going to put this away. Do you want to finish off that wine?
No.
How about it? There's a little bit left. I'll finish it.
No, I know. No.
Me and Tucker will finish it. This is a nice wine, that, isn't it? Just going to take this inside. I'll put, as usual, the chicken on parade.
I like my daughter. Don't put that plate in the thing. I don't want all those juices.
No, I'll put it in
water
the container.
Yep. Just fix up your food. I'll fix the plate. Hello, everybody. I don't know who's here. I don't know if anyone's here. Feels like they're frozen. So let's refresh. So if we've missed anyone that's come in or said hello, we'll apologise. Just starting to get dark here. Hey Fukushima, where's the barbecue? Did you watch the beginning of the stream? Seeds put a video up. He dedicated a meal to Tucker, like had a steak with him. So you might have to go back and watch the beginning of the stream after we're finished. Oh, okay, just yeah. Well, just later on, watch the beginning because and Seeds has put a video up of the steak. Fukushima's in there.
Hello, Fukushima.
He's just come in.
I did a
Yeah.
video about cooking tonight's meal, but I just went live eating it with Tucker. If you were there last night, you would have heard him said he craves a steak and a red wine. So when I got a good steak, pulled one of our really good bottles of red wine out, which is called Pedestal, made down south in my state of Western Australia, Margaret River, 2015 Cabernet Merlot. Tucker Fay the Bush. I'm not sure what language that is, Fucker. But yeah, steak was melt in your mouth, ribeye, on the bone, weighed over 700 grams, so I'm pretty sure that's over £2, or very, very close to £2. I managed to eat half of it, but that means Tucker and I can have some more tomorrow.
What do you want me to do with the gravy?
I don't know, do you want to try and keep it, or do you want to throw it away? Okay, toss it. Where you go, I used to show you it in the bush. Ah, gotcha. You might remember a show with a guy called Les Giddens. Do you remember him? He's an ex-army guy, and they called his show The Bush Tucker Man. Cook, catch, eat, vegetation, everything. And we're Skippy. Skippy, Skippy. You know Skippy wasn't one kangaroo, don't you? After every shoot, they put one on the barbie. But, yeah. And actually, you can call a kangaroo. If you watch Skippy, the show, and if you do this, they turn around, ears go up, and they come over. I was in Germany recently, and they had 3 kangaroos in the zoo. We first walked in, and that's the first thing we saw. Had a bit of a chuckle. 50, 60 people there. Kangaroos just sort of sitting half standing like this, and I went, and they went, ears up, started walking. The Germans thought I was a kangaroo whisperer, but no. You don't want to do that in the bush though, because you get a big red come over towards you, beat the crap out of you. You think you're trying to get his young, you know, female kangaroos. Come here, lass. Dangerous. Tucker, part 3. He said, a good steak, a good red wine, a cigarette, but I can't find the cards to play poker.
No, I got him dessert instead.
Yep, the white's got you, Tucker, that chocolate eclair with fresh cream in it. I'm pretty sure there's no calories in it, and I'm pretty sure it's an allowable product in the hospital.
Yeah, because I'll take the first bite and all the calories will fall out.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward, really. You'll get to have, that's if you've eaten enough tonight with the ribeye on the bone. Truly is the best way to eat any part of any animal. If you've got the bone involved, you've got all these other flavours that come through when you do the cooking. I mean, that was such a big steak. I sealed it and I literally roasted it for the remaining 15 minutes because it's just so thick. But you've got all that juice in there now, so you don't put it up too high, you don't put it down too low. So you still got it sizzling, but that means at about 200 for 15 minutes, cooked beautifully, and which means when I let it rest and then I cut it open, it was medium rare, no blood. People get a bit confused with medium rare. Rare may have blood, but medium rare doesn't have blood. It's just juice. Otherwise, if you squeezed it, which I didn't, you get all the clear juice come from the meat. Yeah, there's just tiny little bit of pink through the middle.
Put it back on the
What time is it in Canada? I'm just curious. What is it here?
I don't know.
6?
10 to 7.
10 to 7. I think on the west coast of Canada it'll be probably about 10 to 5. Bit early to eat steak, Tucker, but that's my little piece for you because I heard what you said. I think it's still yesterday here. No. See, I know how he's talking. I know what he's saying. No means now. Kenny. And the manna. Grande. Spanner.
Like a one more puff and then that's it. Then the camera will let rain. That's it.
Just a quick one, Tucker. Yeah, it's all right.
Virtual.
You got it. That's all you're getting, eh? All right. But it was in good spirits. Hello, Laura. Before this live hangout, I did a video of the cooking of Tucker's Feast. And this live, which you probably won't hear at the start, we ate it. Well, half of it. It was huge. It was monstrous. A mere morsel for a man in a van, but a virtual feast for probably about 3 people in reality. It was awesome though. I went to the butcher, Laura, and I said, have you got, because I couldn't see anything there displayed, I said, have you got any ribeye? And can I have it on the bone? He said, and I said, if I come back in half an hour, will you have a slab for me? He said, yeah.
I think, I don't know, is the video up?
Just play it, see if it plays. Does it say it's playing? Does it say? Oh, it looks like it's playing.
It just hasn't put the thumbnail up yet, yeah.
Yep. So that video prior to me eating, this one is now up. So if you want to watch it. But it was good. And I thought it was something I could do, because I'm not in Canada, but I could fulfill his wish of a steak
Hey Laura.
and a red wine. I know I was eating it, but it's the thought that counts.
The thought is good as the deed.
Yep.
The virtual steak.
I did a series on how to live off $20 a week, and it is very possible, trust me.
Not when you buy steak like that.
But that steak was 22 bucks, or 21 just for the one piece of steak. But it was magnifico. And you can spoil yourself every now and then. Ah, very kind of you. I don't know what Twitter's all about though. I don't do Twitter, I just do YouTube. I don't do Facebook. And all the other things, whatever they are.
Hey Black.
Hello, Black. That was one nice piece of steak. Probably will repeat myself several times about how nice that steak was, because it was.
And the wine.
And the wine's nice. Actually, we won. Every year, there's, well, about twice a year, we go into a raffle, if you like, for the MS Society in my state of Western Australia. And you can win all sorts of things, a house and all those sort of things. But 2 years running, we won wine. And these are boutique wine, and they're about $55 a bottle, which I wouldn't pay that much for a bottle of wine. But we got a dozen of those, and then we won another dozen. So I think there's still about half a dozen of those ones left from last year. But we thought it was a good cause, whether you went or not. Multiple sclerosis is very real, and I think they raised 50 million, something huge, which is great. Oh, were you seasoning in it, were you, Laura? Not real big on Coca-Cola. I don't mind, every now and then I have a Scotch and Coke, but just drinking Coca-Cola by itself, there's too much sugar in the damn thing. But it's not cold here tonight. Bit of breeze kicking, it will be at 63 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, and it's 17 degrees Celsius. So pretty good. I don't have any salt at all. People that watch my cooking videos would know, but I did season the steak, salt and pepper, because it just needs it prior to cooking. A lot of people do it after, I do it prior. But salt in most of the foods I cook, there isn't any. And sugar, I don't have any sugar. Oh yeah, look, I mean, I've always had this thought, Fuka, that it's not, I don't think fatty foods are bad for you. I don't think butter is bad for you. Real milk, real cream, because everything you buy from taking the fat out, but replaced it with sugar. I keep telling people this, you just got to read the damn labels. 0% fat, very small writing down the bottom, bucket loads of sugar. So if you don't believe me, just look at your bloody products that say low fat or no fat, because what does fat give food in general? It's pretty straightforward. Fat is flavour. That's what cream gives to milk. That's what the fat on that piece of steak did. It actually kept things moist, and it's got a certain texture and flavour about it. So I'm not going to argue with anyone about this, but if you think you're buying something good for you that says low fat, but it's got a whole heap of sugar, I would suggest if I gave you a cup of sugar and said, swallow that, you'd probably say no, wouldn't you? If I gave you a little bit of fat, you might chew it. Nothing wrong with chewing the fat. That's what we're doing right now. But I think Tucker's time in his state would be about 5 in the morning. So he's probably just being gently rolled over by the big nurse. Roll over, you mongrel. Yes, nurse. Pucker up, Tucker. Here comes the suppository. It's good for you. Needs to be woken up with a needle in your ass or a suppository. I know when I had a big operation, they would just wake me up to give me pills to go to sleep. And I'd said to nurse, can you not see I was asleep? She said, yeah, but you might wake up in a disturbed sleep in half an hour and I'm not here. So I said, I'm taking these pills because it's convenient for you. And I said, I don't want to take them now. I'll take them if I need to sleep. I was just being ironic. But they seriously in hospital wake you up to give you pills to let you go to sleep. Caesar thought operation didn't take place. Not the gender operation. I've got a massive scar on me. Maybe I should cover my nips up. Anyway, I'll show you that one day. I've got a big scar right across me. Like someone's opened me up with a samurai sword. Quite big. The scar I'm talking about. But I had 2 operations within 4 weeks. So I was a walking zombie. Yeah, it's a nice steak. Really is a nice steak. And treat yourself to a nice steak every now and then. I'll probably go and eat steak for a month now. So I did that for a reason tonight. It was for our mate Tucker. He's not eating it, but he can rewind the video over and over again. Just savour the taste. Yeah, that's what Tucker said. But I think obviously a very informed decision. It's not some decision they would have taken lightly at all. And they may have pondered to go ahead. But if there's pros and cons and the cons outweigh the pros and you don't get a second chance at this, no point taking Tucker's dicky heart out and put one in that fails, because that's in a very hard spot then. So what did you guys have for dinner last night? I know it's morning time, most of you, but what did you have for dinner? You just saw what me and Tucker had for dinner. Was it something spectacular or just something really nice, homemade? I love homemade food. I really do. I mean it. I'm critical. I don't say it to the restaurant I'm at or the chef that cooked it, but if I think it's pretty average, I'll be saying I can do better than this at home. Hot dogs. Is that the Frankfurt ones? You know, the pig eyelets and bums thrown in to make the sausage? Or is it like a proper German sausage? They're the best hot dogs. Big, fat German pork and beef sausage. Onion, mustard, yum. Cabbage. They have very fine chef-made cabbage, pickled, thrown through a German hot dog. They're yum. Pretty sure you get the similar one in the... Yeah, I just don't like the taste of those ones. They're the ones with the skins on, Laura, I guess, that don't... And they look like red condoms, let's be honest. I think I'd rather just a normal sausage, like a butcher's sausage, in a roll as a hot dog than one of them red. I think the Australians call them savloys. We get little ones that are all chained together that you cut up after you boiled them. The kids dunk them in sauce, tomato sauce normally. But they're well and truly processed. I mean, I got turned off them years ago when I had a cold one out the fridge when the kids had a party, and we obviously cooked a bit of them up. Just boiled them and then they go cold. I'll have a coffee, yeah. But I took a bite of this cold savloy and the salt was staggering. Obviously they've got to process it and try and preserve it, but can't beat a butcher's sausage. Chipolatas, yeah, they're nice. Yeah, I don't, like I say, the skin on, the skin I get from my butcher is actually the intestines of a sheep. Good beef and pork sausages come that way. But I don't like the synthetic. It's actually snappy, isn't it? You know, if you ever bite into one of those red plastic hot dogs, it goes snap, like you've just bitten through plastic. And there are some people, I nearly did it when I was a young bloke, but the Italian bloke said, no, don't eat that. A lot of people buy Italian dried sausages and they just cut it up and they eat it with the paper skin and all. And I nearly did that once, but an Italian bloke who made it said, no, just peel it off. But I don't know how many people you know that actually eat the rind off an Italian sausage and they go, it's a bit chewy, but it's tasty. Yeah, I tell you, the hardest thing for me to do on any occasion, like the missus has gone away for the day with one of the girls and I'm going to cook for myself. I just end up getting a bowl of cereal. I think, nah, milk, spoon, I'm good. I don't know, I can't cook for one. And I imagine people who live alone, it's a pain in the ass trying to cook for one. Luckily, I never cook for one here normally, because if I'm cooking something, one or the other of the kids come past each day. It's like, oh, what are we having for dinner? So they get a serving, they take one home for their husband. One of the grandkids will eat it, so I never cook for one. In fact, if I don't cook for four and they come round, I'm in trouble. But it's all good. So Tucker, if you're waking up and haven't put too many needles in your ass, watch the start of this video, but also watch the other video where I prepared our dinner. Now it's back to the chicken. There he is, in all his glory. we're actually supposed to get rain in 2 days. 6 months without rain. It is so dry. I won't let this hangout go much longer, I don't think. I don't see too many YouTubers actually cook. Nicole does a bit of cooking, I've seen a few there. Just started watching Sid's Angel. Yeah, it could be, but no, we just haven't had any moisture in the air at all. It's just been dry as the dingo's donga here. But we can't stop these ones. These are cold fronts from the Antarctic. So nothing stops these. They're massive. They stretch probably about 3,000 kilometres long. Nicole is cooching today. I don't get this cooching, you know. Walking around.
I do.
Poking it in people's faces.
Why?
If you come out to me and I didn't know you and you poked it in my face, I'd whack you.
Oh, well, you don't poke it in the face. You just go for a walk and show the scenery. People want to be in it, like that guy in...
we had plenty of...
Remember that
Yeah,
one?
we had plenty of people that jumped in and wanted
That's
a conversation,
right.
but I didn't stick it in their face.
No.
That's just me. I mean, for me, cooching is like amateur what? Reporting?
No, it's just walking around. We've done it.
Yeah, but we call it walking around. We had a walk down the river the other day. I don't know, but did I upload that video? Can't remember. Can hear the neighbour's dog licking his bowl up and down the driveway. In another couple of nights you'll be cold. It's going down to about 3 or 4 because of that cold front. With the cold front from the Antarctic, you get the rain, but you also get the Antarctic air. That makes the curly short and curly. Yeah, I was trying to think who else I've seen do cooking. There's a few that do cooking, but not a lot. What sort of temps you getting, Laura? Right now it is 18 degrees Celsius here. Just after 7 at night time, and this is winter. It was 25 I think today, wasn't it? '70s. I think that's what we just hit, did we? No, we're 65 right now, so it's okay. I haven't got a jumper on, but I'm looking forward to this rain Thursday, Friday. Everywhere you go, it's just a dust bowl, isn't it?
Yes. Including our backyard.
Mm. The wife rescued a magpie about 4 or 5 days ago, so it hangs around all day. Seeds, I have what? Did I ask something? Anyway, this bird now comes up to us all the time. It's a loner magpie, and the other magpies come and chase it and peck it, and they're real mean to it. Not much we can do though. You can't mess with nature. I think Laura's saying cooking videos.
Yes.
I think that's what she's saying.
Yes, yeah. Yes, she has. I've watched them. I've watched them, Laura.
I don't think I've seen them.
Yeah, you have. Sometimes you forget because you watch so many cooking shows.
How the heck do I get the passcode deactivated on my phone? No point trying to ask me.
How do you get a passcode deactivated? You're going to have to ring the carrier, whatever you call it.
You mean to get just into your phone, like the 4-digit one they want you to put in?
Is that what you mean?
You mean just to get into your phone? Normally comes up with like a panel from 1 to 0, and you've got to punch in 4 numbers to get in. That's what I do in mine. Yeah, she's saying yes. I wonder if
Just
you can just Google it.
Yeah,
Right, you've
look
lost
up-
your number. Is there some
yeah.
way you can get into settings?
Otherwise, what's your phone, Laura?
We've got iPhones. It's a pain when things like that. You get online and you want to go and look at something and you forget the bloody password.
Yeah, the manufacturer, it's an Android, yeah. Ring the manufacturer first. Because I think that's to do with the manufacturer, not to do with your internet or...
Oh, it's just getting into your phone, isn't
Yeah,
it?
ring the manufacturer.
I struggle on my iPhone because I spell pretty well. My iPhone decides it wants to put a different word in. I'll be typing away and it comes up and I think, I didn't say that.
Yeah, Fukushima, if you can do it from the locked screen, not all phones allow you to do that. A lot of them make it that you have to have it unlocked to get in and take it back to manufacturer, back to factory.
Oh, we've all wasted money in our life, but not usually intentionally. You bought a dud or you've done something wrong with material and you've got to buy more. And
Oh no, you can call emergency from your locked screen.
how? Can't get in. How are you
Yes,
going to
you
call?
can. I'll show you. Oh, I'll show you. Or when you first turn your phone on, you swipe it one way or the other, and emergency comes up.
Oh, okay.
Same as you can access your camera without actually.
But that might just be iPhone.
No, it should be all phones.
Okay.
It's something that they've done, and other phones updated. And also, you can access your camera without having to unlock your screen.
Yeah, one thing I do hate is wasting food. I'm not big on that. But any peelings or even a little bits of leftover food, I'd rather give to the chickens than waste them. I have a vid on my likes, first vid, if you want to do it, Laura. There you go. Go to Fuka's channel, and obviously you might have a bit of a win-win to get into your phone. I'm sure there are tricks and simple things to get in there. What do they call it when you...
And you can't make
Hacks.
Yeah, you can't make it too simple because the whole idea is you hope your phone's safe.
Well, I know our iPhone, if someone stole it, we can track it.
Yes, we've got Find My Phone, as long as it's on.
Time for a cuppa. Who'd like a cuppa? Laura? Fukushima, you want a cuppa? She's only making coffee, so the coffee it'll be. Fuka says it is simple, but they just don't tell you. That's right. Because they'll take it in and say, come back in 20 minutes and it'll be $30. And they just go, doo-doo, fixed. Cunning. Very cunning. It's like when you phone a plumber and he says, yep, I can come out. And I say, is there a call out fee? And he says, oh, yeah, it's only $100. I say, don't bother coming. I'm not going to give you $100 because you come here. I'm going to give you money because you do something. It started in about the late 90s, just the turn of the century. People saying, yeah, I'm an electrician and if I come out to your house, it's $100 before I do anything. And I'm thinking, how did you get here? By helicopter? Seriously? You're not getting $100 off me for you driving here, for you to make money off me. If I went round to someone's place and I bought a lamp off them, say, for $100. I go, yeah, there's your money, and I get the lamp, and I say, well, look, it cost me about $15 in fuel to get here, and about 15 to get back, so I'll just take 30 of that back, and we'll call it quits. They'd be going, no, particularly if it was the same house as the plumber. No, I'm not paying anyone money just to come to my place. I'll pay you if you do something, but I'm not paying you just because you rock up in the driveway.
Oh yeah, companies that do that, and then they say, but it comes off whatever work we do.
No, I'm not interested. No, here people have tried it, but I just say don't bother coming. If I get someone to give me a quote to do something, I'm not going to be paying them, because I'll be saying, look, if you win the quote, just like a tender in normal life, you'll get the job and you'll get what I've agreed with you to. I'm not paying you $100 to give me a quote.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people write free quote now.
Yeah. Got really bad there about a decade ago. Plumber said, well, I'm not coming out unless you give me 100. I said, well, good luck, because you just lost any business I would ever do with you. That's just wrong. I worked at a tyre company when I was younger, and I fitted tyres for many years, but I ended up in the office as assistant manager. And we had this dentist come in, and he always charged like a wounded bull. It was always huge money. And tyres back then in the late 70s were probably $20 a tyre. But to get your tooth pulled was like 200, or filling 400. So he came and he said, oh, I want a quote for 4 tyres. I said, yep, sure. I went outside, checked his size. I said, there's 3 or 4 brands. And he said, oh yeah, what are they? And I told him Michelin and Dunlop. And he said, I have the Michelin ones. I said, right, they're $60 each. And he said, yeah, that sounds good. I said, but they're $400 to fit each tyre. He said, what? I said, yeah. What it is, the tyre's only 60, but I'll be out there for about 5 or 10 minutes fitting it to your rim and putting it on your car. And by this time, my manager was laughing his head off. And then so we can do the whole 4 tyres for about $1,800. He said, that's absurd. I said, no, I know. Yeah, no, actually, it's only going to cost you about $280, but you know the feeling when people come into you and you tell them it's $1,600 for you to work for half an hour? Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Riley.
Dentist charge like a winter bull. Yeah, I don't like that. When now a lot of the ads from plumbers, they will say no call out fee, or they say free quote or agreed price, which is good. But no, those days about a decade ago where people saying, nope, not coming out unless you give me $100 just to appear. I would say don't bother. Yeah, some things in life are just wrong, you know, prices for things. And then, you know, when people charge too much and they're ripping you off, they're the first person to turn around and say to someone else, that's a ridiculous price. But they're happy to do the ripping off when they sell something. And if you ever hear a salesman say these words, you won't get a better price. I go, right. And if I do? You won't. So I remember being in a furniture store and I said, I want to pay cash, so I'd like a good price for the products. And the guy said, no, we can't do any discounted at all. I said, well, it's going to be a bed, a lounge suite, probably a fridge, probably about $3,000 worth retail. I'd like it for about $2,400. It can't happen. No, them are the prices. I found the manager and I told him what I wanted and what I was willing to pay. He delivered it for $2,400. So there is no such thing as, oh no, we can't give you any sort of discount. It's a retail store. There's markups and they can work within their margins. Don't ever listen to someone that says, no, that's the price. Look for the manager, or look for the guy that owns the shop. I don't think I've ever paid retail price in my life, because I will say, how about a deal? Anyway, I think we've been going for a little bit. The whole thing tonight was just to give Tucker a bit of a smile on his dial and enjoy a nice piece of steak with me and a nice glass of red. So we achieved that today, and I hope he enjoys it. But like I say, if you request dancing naked girls, I can't help you, Tucker. But all the people that are here, Fuka, Laura, and anyone else is here, thanks for coming. And we'll catch up with you at another time. I'm sure somebody else is running a hangout, and I'm sure you'll find somewhere to go. But thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.